Hey guys, welcome back. It is Tootie. So as you can see today, I am working with some eggs. I'm doing some breakfast prep for my husband for the week. I'm doing some boiled eggs. I'm doing some breakfast sandwiches and breakfast burritos. So if you want to cook with me today or learn how to make some of the things I'm making today for the week for breakfast, stick around. So I've got these eggs boiling. Eggs are obviously pretty basic. So I've set my stove on high. I'm just going to let it come to a boil, cut the heat off, and then let it sit for 10 minutes. After that, I'm going to put it in an ice bath just to get them to stop cooking and cool off for a little bit. The reason why I'm starting to do more egg recipes, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm so happy. The price of eggs has dropped drastically. If you haven't been shopping for a bit, check your stores. I got 2 dozen eggs this week for 99 cents each at Safeway. I know Aldi was having them really cheap, and I know Walmart also had them really cheap. I saw a 60 pack of eggs at my Walmart for $6 and like 92 cents. Before the prices ran up to $25 for the big 60 box, it was $4, so definitely has dropped down. So yeah, I'm getting these cooled off and I'm gonna go ahead and peel them. So I actually picked this up. I was out of town this past week. I was in San Diego and I went to Daiso. Now where I live, they have one Daiso. It just opened. It is so busy. Literally, they can't keep anything on the shelves and it's about an hour for me. So anyway, I decided to check it out while I was out of town. And I found this egg shelling tool, so I thought, hey, it looks cool. I didn't realize how basic it was. I just saw it, grabbed it, put it in the cart. When I got home, I was like reading it, which I should have done there, but it was really cheap. It's like $1.75. But it's basically like a cup with a lid on it, and you basically put the egg in it and shake it around. Attempted it. I think my eggs were too fresh because did not work for me. I will give it a try again later when I have better eggs to peel because these were extremely hard to peel. So as you can see, this is how my egg turned out. I blame the device because when I shook it, the shell was just stuck. I was like, oh no, this thing is not worth it. I'm never gonna use it again. And then I decided to peel them by hand and it was just as bad and just as hard. So like I said, I'll definitely give it a try again. These eggs just must have been too fresh. They were so hard to peel. So I finally got the amount of eggs I was going to get peeled. These are mainly 100% for my husband. He does not like peeling eggs at work. And if he definitely had to peel these at work, he would not eat them because they were a pain in the butt to peel. So as you can see, they are rough looking. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and just add some salt and pepper to these eggs and put a lid on it and leave it in the fridge. And then he could grab those and go in the morning, or just add it to his lunchbox. So now I'm gonna get started on the breakfast burritos. So I have tortillas, I've got some cheese, I have some peppers and onions chopped up. I just got the pack of yellow pepper, red pepper, orange pepper, chopped those up. I've got some sausages and some eggs. The breakfast sausage, I wish I just had regular sausage, but that's all I had and I wanted to use something. I have no lunch meat. I have nothing in my fridge besides I had this in my freezer, so I took it out and decided to go ahead and use that. So I've got my frying pan here. I set it to like a medium heat just to cook the sausage. I didn't want to cook the sausage in the casings, so I decided to go ahead and just squeeze it out of the casings and fry it up just like it was regular sausage. So I'm just gonna break this sausage up and cook it like crumbled sausage. I've got my peppers and onions. I'm just gonna go ahead and cook with it. You could cook them before or after. This sausage didn't have that much grease, so I chose to cook them together instead of draining off the sausage. So I'm just gonna cook this up together until the sausage is nice and browned up. So now that I have my sausage nice and browned up, and you guys, something about sausage and peppers and onions smells incredible. I'm just gonna go ahead and add my mixed eggs. I have about 8 eggs here. Like I said, if you wanted to make more, you can totally double, triple this. I'm just doing it for the week. I'm not really doing it for the freezer. It's just gonna sit in my fridge for for the next 4 days pretty much. I added 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and pepper and then continued to scramble them until they the rest of these eggs, which I don't know, probably about 8 or so eggs, and then I have some tomatoes, some frozen spinach, and the rest of the cheddar cheese that we did not finish using when we made the burritos. So I'm going to do the same thing with the sausages. I'm going to take them out of the casing and fry them up. So for these breakfast sandwiches, I'm going to be adding the sausage, some chopped spinach. Not too much spinach. Spinach can be overpowering if you put too much, but that's why I want to cook it with the sausage to maybe flavor it up a bit. Also adding in a chopped tomato, and I'm just going to let this all cook up together until the sausage is nice and brown. So while that's cooking up, I'm just going to crack all these eggs in this bowl and get them ready for our casserole. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making an egg casserole that I'm going to divide up and put it between our English muffins. So now that I've got all my eggs cracked, I just have my whisk. I think a fork definitely would have been better, but I'm just whisking these, trying to break up the yolks. I'm going to be adding some salt and pepper to this. You can season it however you want. I'm adding a splash of milk. I think milk makes the eggs more fluffy and also prevents them from sticking to the pan or like the casserole dish. So my sausage, my spinach, my tomato is nice and brown, so it's ready to go. I have a clear casserole dish. This is not the big one, this is the smaller one. I just oiled it so to help with the sticking. I'm going to be pouring my eggs in, and then I'm going to be pouring in the sausage mixture. You don't have to let this cool because the eggs are gonna go in the oven right away. So it's, if you were, not going to bake the eggs, you might want to let them cool, but because it's going to go straight to a hot oven, I'm just throwing in the hot sausage mixture in with the eggs. I'm just mixing it up so it can be nice and combined, and then I'm using the rest of this cheese to top the top of our casserole with it. Now I got this cheese for 97 cents a pack at Safeway. Safeway has awesome deals, and definitely check out Safeway's ad. While that's in the oven, I put that in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes. I did toast the English muffins, and I'm just cutting this casserole up in 8 pieces. I probably could have did 6, but I felt like they would have been too big. So I went ahead and did 8 and had a couple little extra bits to just taste and, snack on or whatever. So I'm just lifting these out so you can see what the inside looks like, you guys. So good. And it's so simple. Like, you definitely need to try this. So I've got my English muffins laid out. I lightly toasted them. I'm just going to put my egg mixture on. Just like that. It already has a cheese. And then all you have to do is just warm this up in the microwave for like a minute. 60 seconds, no more. And they're perfect. Like I said, these can be frozen. I'm not freezing them because they're not going to last a week. But if you are going to freeze them, you can put them in a baggie and pop them in the freezer. And then warm them up. Normally I would thaw them out the night before. I know I'm going to use them. So this is everything I made today. I did some boiled eggs, the breakfast burritos, and the breakfast sandwiches. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me today.